So we're actually being called domestic terrorists for protesting on the street peacefully.
They're having their staff members read books on how to be an anti-racist and how white supremacy still exists.
There is no organization in the United States.
We're not going to live in Never Never Land. We're not going to live in Never Never Land.
I've got a few clips I wanted to hop into of Cain. He's a Fox News host here with two separate guests that I think is important to occasionally deprogram the propaganda we get on the right. He's talking here about wokeness, about political rhetoric, so MAGA, Trump things. And if you can, take a moment, leave us a like on the video, helps us out a ton, gives us a boost in the algorithm, and let's just get right to it.
This is not what parents want. This is not what donors want. We wanted Charlie's life to be honored for exactly what it was. I mean, he stood for family, faith, and freedom, and Lipscomb University receives federal funding. They received $4.8 million in 2023. So I think Linda McMahon needs to look into exactly what Lipscomb University and Lipscomb Academy is teaching, because they're having their staff members read books on how to be an anti-racist and how white supremacy still exists.
I thought this one was funny because, like, no, the last thing these people actually want is for Charlie Kirk's life to be remembered for what it actually was. He was a vile racist transphobe who picked on younger kids and minorities to farm clips off of to make a living and further an oppressive political agenda. What they want him remembered as is some martyr who was like killed for his political beliefs because conservatives are targeted and they can't even espouse their political beliefs because they're such victims, when in reality he was shot for exposing transphobia to millions. Also, why is teaching anti-racism even a bad thing? Like, shouldn't that be, common sense? Shouldn't that be something we want everyone to know? Like, these clowns are becoming more and more mask off. As long as systemic racism exists, so does white supremacy, but I'm glad that we could at least hash that out.
I think that you have a real long look in the mirror that's required, that if you continue to call a politician you oppose, that's fine. I don't begrudge you your disagreement, but you continue to call a politician you oppose a would-be king and authoritarian. I don't know if you personally have used the word fascist, but it's not a long read. That people will listen to you and they will take up violence.
You heard me flatly condemn violence, and our movement, it's not just that it's going to be peaceful tomorrow. Nonviolence is a core principle of what we're doing. That said, you easily could have played Mike Johnson and a series of other Republican leaders calling us Antifa, saying, which now, according to Stephen Miller, is equivalent to being a domestic terrorist. So we're actually being called domestic terrorists for protesting on the street peacefully.
And this is why this conversation has to start with Republicans, as I always say, because it's just disproportionate. You get this direct, antagonistic, vile, disgusting rhetoric from those at the top of the Republican Party saying Democrats are terrorists and criminals trying to destroy America, that we're Marxists, which they think is worse than fascists. They call us fascists as well. And all of this, you also then, on the other side of it, have the leaked group chat with Republicans, including elected officials, by the way, calling black people monkeys, endorsing slavery, violence against them. Not a single Republican will condemn any of this. J.D. Vance is actually doing a press run right now calling 30-year-olds kids and equating them to jokes to defend it. Meanwhile, when violence happens, every single elected Democrat on the planet condemns it, but somehow it's a problem with the left and Republicans are targeted. It's literally not equatable at all, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Miller's called you, Robert Weiss, Antifa.
The millions and millions of people who are going to peacefully protest as part of No Kings tomorrow
well,
have been labeled
this,
domestic terrorists.
There is Antifa.
If you're worried about, name calling, my friend,
Antifa exists.
And if you're not Antifa, Party to see where it's coming from.
If you're not Antifa, good. I don't know if anybody's called you Antifa, but there is Antifa. And if Antifa is at your rallies tomorrow, I would say you might see.
There is no organization in the United States.
We're not going to live in Never Never Land. We're not going to live in Never Never Land.
I mean, you have to love the awareness here. Fox News, the station that ran the 2020 election was stolen lies so hard that they got sued for it more than anyone else in American history, is now saying we're not going to live in Never Never Land. Antifa is just like the catch-all. Like, they do this with wokeness. They do this with DEI. They do this with everything. Antifa is just this catch-all term for people who protest them. Which, like, if we're having like a meta conversation, it's weirdly accurate, right? In that Antifa stands for anti-fascist, and this administration is clearly fascist, so the people protesting them would be anti-fascist, so they would be Antifa. But it's not accurate in what these people mean by it, in that it's some secret, coordinated organization under the ground that is planning these things and like doing mass violence and terrorism and all of this, right? I like, if if Antifa is an organization, someone slip me the sign up sheet, because please, I've never signed up for an organization as fast as I would sign up for Antifa. Somebody let me know. The problem is it's not real as much as we want it to be, as much as the right wants it to be. So instead it's just like, oh, Antifa did this, Antifa did this. And you can see that because they'll even try to say like Antifa did January 6th. So like it literally is just any protest that they want to ostensibly say is left-leaning, Antifa.